Oh, hi. How are you today? Pray all is well with you. Pray that you haven't lost your job. Ah, I pray that things are good for you and with you. There's lots going on in our little world, isn't it, guys? Yes, lots and lots of stuff going on. Lots and lots. See, will be on in a minute. Sure of it. Share. Oh, I don't know why I always keep going there. I'm gonna go there anyway, and then I'm just gonna come out. Well, maybe I'm not because it's not doing anything. Let me look on here and see the latest stuff that I wrote down to share with you all. Oh, here it is. It's right there. You know,
Hello.
I see.
Hi.
um, as I was saying, there's so much that goes on, and I'm sure everybody doesn't get a chance to see what's happening in our world. Some people don't watch the news. Um, some people just don't want to be bothered with what's going on in the world, so they don't know stuff, and that's not good. That is so not good, especially in this time that we're living in. You need to be informed. You need to know what's happening where you live. And there's people, watching all over the United States. So you need to know what's going on where you live, what is happening. See, you can say something now.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm still adjusting. I'm doing my engineering here.
Okay.
Um, yeah, you're so right. And that is so ignorant of people. Not it is. It's dumbness. It's that you want to be dumbed down and you want to evolve in your own world. You don't want to be a part of the society in which we are living. We can't get out of here until it's time to get out of here, until the good Lord say, okay, it's over. So, and the Gen generation, which are now, they're getting older. They still don't seem to have an interest in anything that doesn't benefit them. Um, and it's amazing to a certain extent because so much information is available and so much information you need to know in case something should happen and you need to take cover, or you just need to know because you need to be able to educate your own children as they grow up. If the generation stop listening to what is happening now and what's started happening 10 years ago, really, or maybe even longer, they all rallied around Obama. And when his 8 years is up, they just, I'm done. When Kamala didn't make it, they said, I'm done again. Some of them don't have that stick-to-ness. Well, we didn't win this time, but I'm going to hang in here because I know that sooner or later it will be our opportunity. It is amazing how some information is just going to die with people people that are aging like me. Whatever I know, I don't even try to share it with my grandkids. They are very grown. They're in their 20s, late 20s, early 30s. I'm just talked out. I'm just talked out because one of them shared with me that they think the president should be one during the election. They didn't even think Kamala was, presidential type because of her age. She's 60. They think it should be somebody 30. Well, 30-year-old, most of them don't know nothing, So,
What
when
idiot could have said that?
when my granddaughter shared that little bit of wisdom with me, I just said, Lord have mercy, and I started praying for and removed myself, okay? because and her mother is nothing like that. I mean, ooh, oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. So they just don't want to be bothered. Not all of them. We have some young ones. Matter of fact, there's a young congressperson representative out of Florida, correct? I
I
think he's
believe
about
so.
and so it's not all, but it's more than I would like to see. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yes.
you know what? They're going to pay attention soon. It's going to be soon that they are going to pay attention. Um, it might be a little late for them because they won't be prepared because they didn't reach out to listen to anyone giving warning. I was talking to someone today about that same thing that um I said, well, I didn't even ask because I knew they didn't listen to the news. So I said, I informed him of what's coming. And he said, oh, was this on the news? He said, I don't really watch the news. I said, mm-hmm. I said, the Lord told me to share this with you because of that situation.
Mm-hmm.
My eye is burning a little bit there. Um, I said, you need to know what's coming. I said, you need to start to stockpile some things that you're going to need. You're going to need food, um, um, and you're going to need plenty of it. So start purchasing food that you can put up. And I was telling Judea what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to get a generator, but solar generator. We're going to have to get a freezer to put that food in, to put food in that we're going to be purchasing. Um, and we're going to have to get lots of frozen foods, um, canned foods,
Mm-hmm.
because you know there won't be any electricity. We're going to have to get those, what do you call those stoves. We can get an electric one of those little small
Yeah.
electric
Mm-hmm.
ones, and stick into the generator
Mm-hmm.
so we can cook something. But people better get they better get busy, because look at here, with all this stuff that Trump is doing against especially Ukraine. The Europeans don't like it. They're coming together with Zelensky to make their plans about what they're going to do about it. And, he made a funny statement at that meeting when he said something about your water. Do you remember him saying that?
Saying what?
About the water here. He said, he said, um, um, yeah, you haven't had any problems yet. And your water, and Trump shut him off and said, you don't threaten us. You
I
don't
do
have the
remember
cards.
he didn't get an answer and he shut up. I do remember him saying about your water,
Right.
but Trump, blew that away and told him,
Yes,
you don't have you don't have no cards here. So
exactly.
his intent was so much to humiliate him, and he wanted to stop him from talking, and he did.
Yeah, yeah. But he should have let him
Oh,
talk
oh no.
because of the fact that and this prophet Joshua Giles literally said that there was going to be something that's going to happen with the water, that they're going to come through the water. That's what he said. They're going to come through the water. And then Valinsky mentions the water. And I'm like, what the heck? What is this? I said, oh Lord, this man, everything he prophesies comes to pass. And that's why I was so surprised when I heard him, Valinsky, say the water, that you, yeah, you haven't had any problems yet. Um, um, but the water, I'm like, oh, okay. See, you put poison in the water. Poison the water here in the United States. People can't drink it. Then what happens? What happens? Donald Trump doesn't know anything about getting the water corrected so that the American people would have water again. I better hurry up and go to the store and buy bottles. I said to my daughter today that well, she said to me, because I told her I needed alkaline water, and she said, well, we can go to the store and take the big jugs of um what is it, Deer Park, the 5 gallons, and put the alkaline water in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yeah, we got to do that because I need that water.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now since I brought this up, oh, I need the water now more than ever. And
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying this, that we have to stockpile the water,
Mm-hmm.
because when everything stops, and everything is going to stop, we're headed for war. We are headed for war. This was another thought. Now, I wrote all this stuff down, but I'm going willy-nilly right now. Um, uh, okay, Putin brought the Chinese in, but what if the Europeans bring in the Middle East?
Mm-hmm.
This came to my mind today. I'm like, I shouldn't say it came to my mind today because I've thought about it in the past,
Mm-hmm.
but I kind of dismissed it because I'm like, well, they're not going to get involved. But because of what America has allowed Netanyahu to do to the Palestinians, and and what was it? What the Palestinian? Yeah, this will be a great time for them to maybe even contact Europe to say, look, we're going to help you out. We're going to help out Valinsky because we don't like America.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Palestinians hasn't liked America
Yeah.
forever.
But
And
yeah.
they have nuclear weapons.
Mm-hmm.
They have nuclear weapons. So, but see, Trump is really crazy.
Yeah.
He might be crazy enough to let one of those nuclear weapons go. But I think about something Notre Dame said. Notre Dame said there was going to be a nuclear weapon. They were going to shoot them across the sky, he said. And there was going to be interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, but one is going to make it through, and it's going to hit a place called New York Gate. Now, this was 13th century prophecy going forth. And he said that word, New York Gate, that weapon, that nuclear weapon was going to hit there. And it was going to spread for miles and miles and miles. So any state close was going to be affected.
Of course.
So I'm like, oh my God, that dumb Trump. He does not know what he has stirred up with his ignorance. And
Same thing, something like the same thing with Canada.
Yeah.
How many of us in America was aware that Canada was supplying us with electricity?
I don't think nobody knew but the electric people.
Okay. Well, they have about, 6 states, 5 or 6, that they are supplying with electricity. Now, they went up on their tariffs, 25%. They're not going back and forth.
Right.
Have made up their minds and whatever he should do. Now, maybe they'll pull it back when they see he's going to do something different. But there's a possibility that some states borderlining Detroit, upper New York, and I think there's 3 others that borderline Canada. So who would have thought that we were getting that type of energy from Canada? So Trump comes along and say that we've been subsidizing Canada with like $250 billion a year. He's lying. That's not true. He's lying.
He can't help himself.
Oh, I just wonder, when he's in the dark, what in the heck he be thinking? Because the light never shines on him. He's in the dark all the time. And the amazing part, it will always be amazing to me. I'll never get used to it because it's not normal. He doesn't do normal things.
No.
I think when it comes to nuclear, he'll need 3 other people to set it off, 2 other people. The Secretary of State. Now, I don't believe that these dummies will kill their own families, but now I wouldn't be shocked because what Trump his reality is so dim until I don't think he realized that if he want to kill other people, he have families also. He is going to be destroyed. And there are some people throughout history, they have destroyed themselves. They have destroyed the cities. I think there was this guy called Nero. He burned down his city. So sometimes dictators will do that. But see, he's not a real dictator. See, Trump is a punk. That's why he had Elon Musk there to do his thinking, to do his works that he doesn't know how to do. And
I think
Go ahead.
I think Elon Musk is there because, like his little boy said, shut up. You're not the president. I feel like Elon Musk bought the presidency, and that's why he is there, because Trump is not going to make any decisions without him. He's the one really in control, supposedly behind the scenes, but he just shows up doing everything. As much as Trump has put some of this, I don't really believe he put this stuff together. I think other people have done it, and he's the spokesperson.
Yes.
He's the spokesperson because he's sitting there in the office.
Yeah.
But everybody else bought him out. So he has to do what they say because he's not really the president.
No, he's not. But he's the one that his face is what America voted on.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know
His face,
his face,
his
his body.
nasty words.
Yeah, yeah. But that's face recognition. But we don't know. See, things today with AI and all the things people can do. Now, I believe that he's flesh and blood, and only because I've lived along with the time that he became noticed in the public. So I know there was a Donald Trump. He was a decent looking young man, but he's an ugly old man. So, yeah, he is the puppet, but the people didn't elect him. And they are going, the people are going to rise up. Now, there was an argument, a dispute between Musk and, what's his name? Marco
Yeah,
Rubio.
Mario,
Ma-
Marco,
Rubio.
Marco,
Rubio.
yeah, Rubio.
Mm-hmm. This weekend, I think it was Friday, where, and other senior senators or representatives said that Elon Musk is going to have to work with the department heads. Well, that's good to tell us, and that may, some people may think, well, that's a little bit of restraint. Not necessarily, but I don't think these people are suicidal. Yes, they will take it look like to the end. I don't think these department heads, even though they are Trump people, are going to let Elon Musk take them out when because he's going down. I don't think the Supreme Court is going to agree to lose their jobs. You see, sometimes you can do too much. He can't, and you see some of the things he's talking about cutting, and America's headed for a bankruptcy. See, because he doesn't know the system. America has been headed for the bankruptcy, I don't know how many times, but America never got there because they keep replenishing the budget and stretching the budget. That's how politics work. That's how the government works. No one is
And
going to
that's
go
how
to
the
bankruptcy.
government is in trillions of
Yeah,
dollars in
and
debt.
I've wondered about that. Why does I think the Republicans have been known, I think in my head, I remember that the Republicans, they're the ones that be talking about the debt ceiling and we got to pay the debt. Well, who do you owe the money to? I asked myself, and myself said, you owe the money to the United States government. So if you owe a debt of $1 trillion and you owe the United States, what are you doing? If the budget the budget should be balanced, but the budget will never be paid. So when you talk about this is our debt, you are the government. So what are you doing? You're billing yourself to pay yourself to say that you have. I can see a balancing the budget. I can see that. So what does that mean, Iris? You tell me your thoughts on that. When they said there's a debt ceiling and we need to pay down our debt, who they paying? Who are they paying?
It's fake. And the reason why I say it is fake is because they say we owe trillions of dollars to China, that we have borrowed money from China. Um, but any money, that supposedly we have borrowed from our stockpile, we don't
Stock.
have to pay ourselves back, huh?
Once upon a time, I would venture to say about 25 to 30 years ago, there was gold at Fort Knox to back up the dollar, the paper
Mm-hmm.
money. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't exist anymore. They stopped that. There's been no, well, you never know what America's doing. That's one thing that I will say, that that there's so much secretive espionage and sabotage. Okay, once the money, the paper money was backed up by the gold. Well, I think about 25 or 30 years ago, they said the gold had reached its maximum. Where are we getting gold from now? As far as I know, no one's digging for gold.
Well, I just heard on the news the other day, I believe it might have been Bloomberg News, but I'm not sure if it was Bloomberg or uh, MSNBC. They said that Donald Trump and Elon Musk is looking for that gold in the Treasury
Yes,
Department.
they want to go to Fort Knox and see the
That's
gold.
it. Yep.
And when they get there, I certainly believe that they're going to see some gold, but not what they're thinking. And why do they want to see it when every other president for as long as I've been knowing of presidents, no one else wanted to go to Fort Knox?
Because they intend to steal it.
So
Look,
going to
these people are
paying the
not
debt,
legitimate in any kind of way.
no, they're not. So talking about paying the debt ceiling, that's just propaganda.
Yeah. And see, like you said earlier, that yes, the Republicans are the ones that supposedly, always want to talk about we got to balance the budget. We owe too much money. We can't spend this money. We can't do this. We can't do that. We're not going to do this and we're not going to do that. But as soon as they get in office, they raise everything.
Yes,
They're the Democrats always tend to bring the debt down. When Clinton was in office, we owed nothing. When um, when Barack Obama came into office, the Republicans had had it was a mess. At that time
they
the
stopped
markets were
from
messed
doing
up, the
anything.
housing market, everything. It was terrible. Um, um, and he spent those 8 years getting it all together. And then when he left, Trump got in office and they went spending again. They went on a spending party. When they're the ones that say, no, you can't, we can't spend this money. What are they doing? What are those Democrats doing? Always spending up the money. No, they are not the ones that spend up the money. They save the money. They bring us to a place where we're in good standing. When Joe Biden left office, there was no inflation. What
It was something
the
like 2%.
unemployment was at
Yes.
3%, I believe. Um, things were getting better. Things were getting much better. Yes, there's a little inflation, but guess what's getting ready to happen? Trump is about to shoot inflation to the point where we're going to end up in a recession. He's he's taking us to the brink of war. Y'all better get this. Y'all bet. Look, we've been trying to tell you. We've been warning you. These things are going to happen. I would really love to be able to say hi to who's here, and I'm going to say hi, but I don't know who's here because either something is wrong with my Facebook, because all the names are coming up Carolyn Alexander.
It's still doing that?
It's still doing it, and it's not coming up your name. Now, if you would be kind enough to type in who you are, I would just be so happy to say hi to you personally, which I still say hi to you personally. But I would like to know who's here, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think maybe one disappeared.
Well,
5 Carolyns. Yep, one disappeared, and that would probably be really you.
no, I'm not sending in anything.
No, I know you're not. No, nobody's sending
Oh,
anything.
you mean
It's
just by me signing on with you?
your name just keeps appearing instead of their name.
Mm-hmm.
I have to see about
Yeah,
that. See how,
and I
what
did
that.
check my little phone to see why my name was appearing, to see if I needed to refresh and reset something. So maybe I'll see about that before we get, by the time we come together on Thursday. Because on my end, it should not be doing that. So I don't know why it is. And you stop announcing my name so clear and broad on TV. I
Look,
mean,
it's right there. It's
mhm,
sitting right there. I said 4 times. Okay,
mhm,
but I got you.
you
I
got,
got you. Okay.
mhm.
Now, Musk literally said Social Security is a Ponzi scheme. So, you know, his plan, someone said that they want to privatize Social Security. And that way, I guess they can just be in charge of more denials if they want to be. But what I don't understand is, being that they say this man really has no authority
Why does
to,
people follow him?
huh?
Why does people follow his words?
Yeah. Why are they leaving their jobs when this man has no authority to do what he's doing? And if you know, they're coming with fake marshals.
Yes,
These
I heard
people,
about that.
did you see the pictures of these so-called marshals? They're kids. Ain't no marshals kids like that. And why are they coming armed? Why are they coming there with long guns? You gonna kill some people because they don't want to leave their job, because because you came in there and said you gotta go. You kid, somebody's son, 20-year-old son. Man, I'd be ready to slap that nigga. Oh my God.
Yeah,
And I don't care what nobody says. He ain't black. You ain't gotta be black to be a nigga. You stupids. I'm just I'm so upset. I'm like, this is outrageous.
you say this is not right, huh?
It
No,
isn't. It's outrageous.
not, and it's so frustrating.
It
Oh yeah.
is.
You remember, if do you remember last week? I think it was Thursday. I mentioned that a person, a representative in Congress, died. I think it's
Yes.
somewhere in Texas. Did you read upon that?
I didn't read up on it, but I saw Al Green
Mm-hmm.
talked about him
Mm-hmm. So
and what a man of integrity
yeah,
he was.
and he was a black man,
Yes.
and he died shortly after hearing one of Trump's or yeah, one of Trump's speaking things. He died a couple hours later. People really, I'm not saying he caused that, because I'm sure the man had other contributing factors. But sometimes you can get so frustrated and anger and know that as much as you and I talk about these things, we have little power because we don't have the mic. That's why they took the mic from Joy Reid. See, because she would have said something about this man. She would have said something about the time he died a couple of hours after listening to this man. Because this, and you wonder, well, Lord, why does he keep on going and keep on talking and keep the press in his office 24/7? He's always on camera.
Yeah.
And he just be talking like a robot. No, that's not what we're talking about.
Well,
He's a, he's nasty.
he
Whatever
is.
his nasty mean, he's nasty.
The media did an injustice to the American people
Yes, they have.
by always covering him, everything he said. And see, I heard this, the reason why is because he was entertaining. But this man, you knew he was a liar. You knew that he was corrupt, but yet you kept bringing him into the light. And and then making it a positive light when there was really no positive anything about that man. So, it's like, and now, he's just got the media right at his door at any time. It's quite amazing.
Yes, it is.
It is
So
quite
tell me, what
amazing.
are the other Black folks doing? What's Hakeem Jeffries doing?
Well, they're trying to do something, but that's the problem. They need to be on television talking about what they're doing for the American people. But Bernie Sanders, he's out there. He's doing rallies from state to state. And I feel like Kamala Harris needs to get back out there
Yes, you need to get back
and
out.
do the rallies. Get those rallies going again. You know,
People will listen to her now. I did.
yes,
She was on
they will
something
listen
last week. They'll listen now.
because she told the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't try to fool the people.
Nope.
And if she comes out now, she will have a chance to win the presidency back in 28. She will have that chance. And because I know the Democrats want to dismiss her right now. They just want to dismiss her.
I don't
But
think
if she
so.
gets out there,
I disagree with that, only because the Democrats is in such bad shape. If anything, they regret they didn't support her. I think, like, people sometimes don't want to face their mistakes. Most of us don't like to do that. So they might be given the facade that, she'll do what she want to do, because they know that they did not support her from their hearts. They didn't really hit the streets with her. The people like the senator from North, some of those people, he was out there campaigning for her, but it only was a few. The majority of them did not. So they're in so much trouble now. They would have to creep back to her, and maybe they are in touch with her. But I guess she's saying, if I'm going to run, if I'm going to go out there and do rallies, oh, y'all going to pay. And she have the money to do it.
yeah.
The Democratic, they have the money to do it, but it was brought in under her time running for president.
Yeah,
They need to call
and it's
on their
still
people.
under her.
Yes,
It's still under her.
yes.
So,
They need to
they
call
they
on their,
can't get that money unless she turns it over.
that's right.
So she shouldn't turn it over. Kamala, do not turn the money over to the Democratic Party and anybody else. And see, another thing
And
that they
don't give it to
didn't
Joe Biden.
do,
Where
huh?
is he okay?
What?
Where is Biden?
Well, I said before, once you are gone, you're gone.
I know. That's in normal situations. This is not normal.
Yes, it is. See, the thing is with him, he always follows the rules. And so do these dumb behind Democrats. They always follow the rules when there is no rules anymore. The Democrats have broken every daggone, not the Democrats, the Republicans have broken every rule you can imagine. They have decided, since they got everything now, they're not listening to nothing, not even the judges. So, there's no rules. You better get your behind out there and do something. Stop thinking that we can't do this because of this. You better do whatever you can do. That's what you better do, because they're getting ready to do something that is going to cause us to be in war. We're going to get killed over here. It's the truth. It's coming. Y'all better get prepared. Get prepared. Don't just ignore what I'm saying to you, because I'm telling you what is going to happen. And you have to have a sense of knowledge on your own to know that something like this is getting ready to come down. You have to have a feeling about it. You have to. I cannot believe that you would not even have a sense of, dang, something. What is this? Everybody's losing their jobs. You don't know who's going to be next on the hit list to lose their job. They're doing a sweeping clean of the government because they don't want anybody checking them when they do their thing. Or let me say, while they're doing their thing, because they're already doing it.
But the people who are walking out and leaving their jobs, there must be some type of dust they spray on them. Why are they following the rules of a person that wasn't elected by the people? They have no letter from Donald Trump, nothing in writing, saying to them, obey. When he tells you something, he's speaking for me. Nothing like that is out. Why they believe him and keep on and just go on? Why?
Fear, because they're bringing these kids in there
These
with
kids are
these
not going to
other
shoot
kids
anyone.
and their guns.
They're not going to shoot anyone. And if they do, it'll be the last. Somebody may have to take a bullet. I would force their hand. Shoot me, but just shoot me in my shoulder, or in my leg. Don't be shooting near my face. Okay, get it straight. Okay, because I'll beat the hell out you. Okay, so so somebody is going to have to take a bullet to really bring this things where people will hit the streets. They hit the streets for George Floyd. Now this is about you.
Yeah.
Brother George is gone.
Yep.
You won't even, people won't even come out and fight for themselves.
Yeah, and which is crazy. Now, do you notice that you see a lot of white people out there protesting,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't see very many black people out
Because
there?
black people say this is not our problem. I see many on Facebook saying this is a white war. We don't have anything, but yes, you do. Because if you don't have
Yes.
the government, state, and federal working, what will you do? All of y'all can't be selling T-shirts and stuff. I'm not putting that down. Everybody is not in that business, or everybody can't be an entrepreneur. It takes a lot of hustle to be an entrepreneur. They're not fly-by-night people. To me, they're actually called by God, because that's not a job for the faint of heart. 7 days a week, almost 24 hours a day, and you got to meet payrolls. So whatever you're doing, you have to meet a payroll. So why not? Why not?
Yeah.
But people don't think like that. I don't know why somebody just say, well, you're going to have to shoot me before I leave my job. And the people who have the mic, they're not telling the people to stay on their jobs.
You're right.
They hear it now and then. Why'd you leave? Oh, you can come back. We're looking for you. I even saw an article where the lady who fired Joy Reid, she's trying to get in contact with her. Do I believe that? Probably no. But there was something on Facebook about that. Joy Reid will not answer her. That's what I saw.
I don't blame her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame her.
Mm-hmm.
Because she did an injustice
They
to
want
that
her to.
woman.
They also said the reason why they want her to come back and do a special, so people can see her, and I guess to make sure that there's no animosity and no anger between Joy and the network.
Nope.
See,
Nope. I
yeah,
wouldn't
you
do
have
it
to do
either.
a special. Mm-hmm.
Forget
Mm-hmm.
you. You just you just you got into this office, you came in and you decided with whoever Trump's people, I'm sure it's because of Trump, that we want her out of there. Rachel talks way worse than Joy ever did to me. And Rachel puts these stories together about Trump,
Yeah, the origin of things.
and she does have a way of making it kind of light, but she gets it done.
Right.
She gets it in there. So
Oh,
if anybody was to get fired, I would have thought it would have been her, not Joy.
she brings too much to the network. She have books that associated. She have podcasts that's associated with movies. Joy was just an angry to people, white folks, to network. She was too animated about black folks and justice and righteousness.
I didn't see none of that.
Okay, well, I saw
I
that.
didn't see
And
none.
Joy,
Yeah.
well, who have you been looking at?
Well, I guess because I don't have cable. I just watch it on what do you call it?
You. I'm stuttering. YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. Whether you watch it on YouTube or not, you haven't seen Joy Reid come to almost tears talking about Trump and the injustice and how things are overlooked. How, oh my goodness, she was fire all by herself. And then, I hate to say this, but her features, when she cut all of her hair off, that made her look more African. I know people might not want to hear this, but oftentimes in those jobs, like for networks, where a lot of scrutiny is coming in about how you look at the other black females on the networks, they cooperate with the European look. And if they have afro, or I'm not saying they don't wear the big hairs and stuff, but they're not as forceful as Joy Reid when she is really making a point. And she, as I said, she stand up for what is right. I rarely miss her shows. She was just basically too black for them in thought, in theory, and in looks.
Hmm. Well, this young lady that replaced her with
I know she has.
the time slot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What's her name? Simone.
Yeah.
Um, I can't think of her last name, but she's bald.
Different,
She's a bald black
but
woman.
ball. But listen to her words and how ingratiating she is. Oh, she's putting it out there also.
She
Is there
does.
something about, you know what they say, if you white, you're right. If you're brown, stick around. And if you black in color, step back.
Yeah.
Just that simple.
I haven't heard that saying in
If
so many
you
years.
white, stick around. No, if you white, you're
Yeah.
right. If you brown, stick around. If you black, get back.
Yeah.
Her skin was too African, too whatever. And and I think she was mixed Jamaican, something like that. But basically, they won't say that. But many people who get in those positions now, when she was wearing the wigs and dyeing her hair different colors, that was fine. A part of this was her looks. A part of this is that the first thing, a black woman, the first reason in my head, here's a black woman that have a mic to the world. That's why I hope and pray she go to CNN. That means it won't make a difference. But look at the black women
They're
on
not going to
CNN.
take her because they got rid of the black young
Mm-hmm,
man that was outspoken,
mm-hmm.
and it wasn't about how dark he was because he's
No.
as light as me.
Mm-hmm.
But you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, Don
Yeah,
Lemon.
Don Lemon. They got rid of him because of the way he would speak about situations.
Yeah, about women
It
on his show. They act like that was the worst thing. If he said something about something, they started really, he said things more provocative than talking about, he just said that, I would think that you're too old for something. And that, and because he is, he claimed to be gay, I don't know.
Yeah.
There wasn't a hope that the women would date him, so they couldn't forgive him. Since then, they have two other black women on there, but their hair and wigs and weaves are all pressed and in place, and they are, if you listen closely, they are saying the words. But when Joy leaned into her guests, or she leaned into the camera, they know that this chick is not taking any nonsense.
So
When they
she's going to
fired
be doing a
her, when
podcast.
I think she have two already. When her friend Tiffany Cross got fired about 2 years ago, Jory spoke out for her and said, "You do not understand black women." See, if we just move our head a click a few times, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they are up and no. But see, I'm gonna move my head a little bit. I'm not gonna go crazy because I wouldn't go crazy in any circumstances. I'm a low key type person.
Well, I'm
And people
not.
piss me off.
I'm going to go crazy
Mm-hmm.
on you. I'm not low
Mm-hmm.
key at all, period.
So, yeah, I know. You're not telling you're not telling me anything. But when I get to going with whatever is pissing me off, I'm going to speak my mind, and I have to. I mean, sometimes I might give friends and loved ones a pass, but normally I get back to, and it's how you say things to people. You should not, but see what we're talking about in politics, they should just come with it as it is right now, based on what Donald is doing. Now, in her personal life, I'm sure she's nurturing, but Trump is not giving out no nurturing stuff now. He's bringing the fire. And
Yes.
she's been on his case ever since he came down those stairs with his ugly wife. Oh no, wrinkles setting in. And yes, folks, I got some wrinkles
You
on
ought to cut it out. That woman ain't
yeah,
ugly.
she is. Have you seen her lately? She looked like a vampire. No, see, I don't think because you might have on beautiful clothes and because your hair is in place and your makeup is perfect, she doesn't even look pretty with makeup. Look at her. I'm trying to think of an animal that looks like her.
Oh,
Oh, there's some people there are people that have heads and facial features like a gorilla.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Oh
you're
yeah.
right.
Oh yeah. There are people who have, European white folks. They came out of a cave anyhow, and there's a name for those group of people, but they were real unattractive in those caves and coming out until the African men got a hold of them, and then they start mixing up all the mixing, and here we are. But yeah, she's not. She has chisel. She has all her jawbones, but look in between. See, I said, you go, take her down because she think that everything is based on how she's dressed, what she have on, how she look. Well, she's not pretty to everyone. She's not pretty at all. Now, is she attractive? She have attractive features that will draw you to her face to see how ugly it is. What she wore to an inauguration was crazy. What's she out there with a wide bandito hat covering her eyes and face? Come on, Iris. Come on now.
she
A person is
she didn't want people to see how she was crying that she got to go through this mess again.
mm-hmm. Oh, she don't mind going through it because the owner of the Washington Post gave her 40 million for her bio. What has she done? And he mentioned something the other day that she's involved with when he made the State of the Union. with young girls, but I bet they're all young white girls because they were there with her.
Mm-hmm.
She has poor people skills. Tell me nothing about that heifer. No, no, she's no Jacqueline Kennedy. She's not even Biden's wife, who is older. She doesn't even have the class of Jill. See, there's something about having.
Well, she certainly does admire Michelle Obama.
So she paid that lip service, and I wish I could deliver the governor of California to her. I think she would appreciate meeting him, because he gave her a little hug when Trump was at that line about he found the faucet. And you know the results of that. Let me tell you, have you heard the results of that? Of
What?
him finding a faucet that he could turn on that would pour down into California and kill all the fires. Don't you know the engineers, the Army Corps of Engineers who fix bridges and dams and build all these things for our safety? Don't you know they had to stage a photo op of the faucet being turned on so that he would be pleased about 2 weeks after he was in California? See, that's the kind of kangaroo stuff this man be dealing with. They
Well,
had to take
well,
it.
let me tell you this: that Lindsey Graham is saying, um, maybe we'll have him for a third term.
Yeah, there will be a war because you see, I agree. People need to arm up. I hear people who was telling me and my family a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, oh, I would never buy a gun, because I said to them, you better get a gun. You better get a gun. And you see, whatever I would get or might have, I want one of them automatics that don't stop shooting. Just keep on popping. Just keep on popping. Don't stop. Because if I open up on you, I intend, like you are trying to kill me, I'm going to try to kill you. If you're trying to kill me. But I'm a peaceable person.
Yeah. Believe me, I understand exactly what you're saying because I already said that.
Mm-hmm.
That, don't come messing with me because
Yeah.
I will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
You
I don't
know.
want to,
Yeah.
but if you're trying to kill me,
Self-defense.
right, and I'm not going to get so angry with you till I'll pull a gun on you first. You will have to make some move.
Yeah,
But I'm not
it
gonna
would
go,
have to be you are attempting to
yeah,
kill
yeah. I
me,
have to be
you
threatened.
know.
Know that I'm in threat. But I'm not going to go to a gun battle carrying a little knife. What am I? I'm not going to a gun battle with a knife to fight, you know. But anyhow,
Well, they also said that they're gonna look into making his birthday a holiday, wait, a federal holiday, and rename Dallas Airport after him. Yeah.
they, because he have a lot of followers down there that they could possibly be losing their SNAP program. They could possibly be losing their jobs. So yeah, they should name things in Dallas behind this man. Whether he'll become, then he need to hurry up. He have a lot of.
This is not Dallas. Dallas Airport.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's in Dallas.
It's in Washington. It's in Dallas, like Washington, Dallas, Washington, the airport.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
okay.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Isn't Dallas Airport in Texas?
No,
Where is it? Where is it located?
it's in Washington. It,
Oh, they could change that from the Reagan Airport to Trump's airport, because that's the Reagan's airport in Washington.
okay, but it's in okay.
It is.
It's in Dallas.
Yeah,
But okay. Yeah,
yeah,
they were talking about changing it to um Trump
yeah,
Airport.
yeah, yeah. Because the Washington airport now, it's not called Washington. It's the Reagan Airport.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah. And then, of course, the stock market is crashing. It's crashed. It's
but
going
suddenly,
down, down,
but
down.
suddenly he doesn't have any. That's not shocking and surprising. It's only shocking and surprising when Biden or a Democrat is in office. That's
Yeah,
why
but
going back
it
to
has
Kamala.
not done. Check it out. Look on your phone because they put the market out
Oh,
there
I
on
know
your phone.
it really went down today.
It's
But
crashing.
he said he's not concerned about it.
He said
It will.
he's not concerned.
No, he's not upset about that.
You know why? Because those billionaires have taken their money out already.
Probably so.
They've taken their money out so that when the crash, because even I got the warning ahead of time that this was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm like, okay, I'm calling people that I know to tell them, look, take my money out because the market is going to crash. And they're like, well, how do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, um, what makes you think that? I'm like, because people that have been analyzing it are saying it. And they're saying that it is coming. There's going to be a crash. Well, I had to reiterate it again. Um, please send my money back to the bank and do not attempt to take any more out. I have to let you know when I'm ready to restart any any more savings
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because this is not the time to be looking to save in the market.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care what they say about, when the market is down, you should buy when the market is down. Well, the market is going to be down for a very long time. So we're getting ready to go into a recession and then more than likely a depression. It's coming. Now, the I haven't heard anyone go that far as I just did, but
Okay.
that's what I feel like is coming.
Yeah, I heard that
A,
today on different newscasts. Yeah.
a
Mm-hmm.
depression.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. There you go.
Most people don't know what a depression is.
Mm.
See, I get, I'm sure you're talking about the have and the have-nots, and you're talking about the people who have, uh, they don't believe it until it happened to them. And you're probably talking about the same people who don't want to know nothing about politics and what's going on.
Yeah.
So why would they be enlightened about that?
It's foolish. It's so foolish. Um, but I want people to pay attention to what is happening in the news. Pay attention because we are going to be in a war. We're going to be in one. It's coming. Don't know exactly when it's going to hit, but it's coming. Um, and that statement that Valinsky said about the water. Go pile up on water, guys. Go to the store and get your water. Get your freezer. Get a. There's no point in getting an electric generator because there'll be no electricity. You you need either. I wouldn't even get a gas one. Don't even bother getting a gas one because you're not going to be able to get gas. gas will not be something you can have. I would say, I just read a sign the other day that you have, um, excuse me, you have to have the proper can to put gas in. You can't just come up with any kind of something and pump that gas. So whatever proper equipment you need to put gas in your in these containers, buy them and get your gas, because you won't be able to drive your cars without it, um, because there'll be no more gas. You won't be able to get gas, and you better get your money out the bank, because the banks are going to go down too. So, what was the name of that movie I was watching? I mentioned it the other time we were on here, where this crash came. Oh, I know what it was. It was a financial crash that came, and but it was orchestrated by the government. The government did it. People in Congress. It was just a group. It was a certain group of people that literally set this thing up to get the president out of office. Um, because she was a black woman, the president in this movie. She was a black woman, and this it was her. I believe he was the Secretary of State. He was either, yeah. Wait a minute, wait, because he sat up on the. Wait a minute. He was her vice president. He wasn't the Secretary of State. He was her vice president. He wanted the job. So he got these people together in Congress and got some kind of woman to that worked in technology, and they literally found a way to shut everything down in America. The lights, the banks, everything. But it was for like a moment. And then made this thing on the news that, and on everybody's phone, it was put out there, this is going to happen again. And they did do it again. People died the first time. A lot of people died. Planes went down, all kind of stuff, because of the technology. Everything is connected to technology. So they shut it down, and people died. Thousands of people died. So Elon Musk has all these young people that know all about technology and how to be able to shut stuff down. We better get wise, because a financial crisis is already started. There's going to be a shutdown, and there's going to be a war. It's all coming. It's all coming. And I would say, guys, pray. Pray, pray, pray. Pray that you don't be the ones caught up in all of this, because you took the advice that you heard and you did something about it. Make your moves as quick as you can. Make your moves, guys.
Okay, my dear, it's 10:15.
Okay, it's time to go. We love you. We love you. Oh, we love you. And we love you. And you have to know that, because we're telling you, we're telling you truth. And we care about you. That's why we're on here, because we really do care. And we want to, inform, enlighten people that don't know. So I'm sorry, guys. I can't even name you and, say, but I can still say hi. We can say hi, but we just don't know until we can look on there and see who you are.
Do you turn your phone off frequently?
Not
Reboot?
frequently.
Hmm?
Not frequently. Today I had to turn
Reboot it.
it off a couple of times because it just the voice wouldn't work.
Okay.
The sound wouldn't work. So, that could have something to do with it too. Why, the names aren't coming in. But I have
Okay.
to examine this, see what if it's, on my part. I don't know.
All right, people. Love you. Have a good
Bye.
night. Be safe. Keep an eye out back. Keep looking over your shoulder.
Bye.